On October 19th and 20th, the first half of the Global Legal Alliance 2018 Annual General Meeting was successfully held in Washington, D.C., USA. The theme of this annual conference was cross-border investment and international cooperation, and the scale of the conference was wide-ranging. Famous lawyers, politicians, business officials, and entrepreneurs from all over the world attended the conference. At the same time, the Counselor of the Economic Affairs Section, Embassy of the People's Republic of China in the United States, and representatives from the National Development and Reform Commission, People's Republic of China, as well as U.S. congressmen, White House reporters, and senior U.S. government officials, also attended the conference and delivered constructive keynote speeches. Both 2018 GLA Chairman Mr. Moses Chen,
distinguished guests, colleagues and friends, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It gives me great pleasure and especially my personal privilege to again extend my personal welcome to each and every one of you to this 2018 annual conference of GLA.
And GLA co-chairman Mr. Chen Wen gave welcoming remarks.
Dear members of GLA, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to the 2018 GLA Annual Conference.
GLA Deputy Secretary General Mr. Bill Lee and Mr. Kevin Zhu host the conference. 2018 GLA Chairman Mr. Moses Chen was interviewed by Donna Yang, the chief correspondent from GCTV, and said,
这个组织，这个联盟实在来讲是国际，就是中国跟国外的律师组织起来，就是让我们搭成一个平台，做什么呢？就是做大家在专业方面来讲相互支持，优势互补。你们知道，现在我们国家的很多投资者、很多的企业都跑到外面去投资，那去投资的时间就需要法律的服务。那我们国内的律师跟香港的律师，还有在世界不同地方的律师，如果他们的客户有需要的话，有离岸去投资的时间，那我们就透过这个联盟，就为他们介绍当地的一些律师服务。那另外一个就是我们也关注全球的经济的发展。那所以我们每年在年会的时间都会安排一些专题的讲座，让我们所有的律师同行的朋友去充分了解当前我们世界面对的一些经济的情况，让我们好作为我们服务客户一个很好的一个基础。
对，我看您这次大会的主题是跨境投资和国际合作。那您觉得在当前中美这种关系下，您可以就是这种大会给大家带来什么样的更好的信息？
我看还是把我们重新带回到我们中美合作的一个平台上面，因为大家都了解知道随着这个科技的发展，把我们世界带为一个我们说的一个地球村，一个 globalization。在 globalization 的情况下面，我们看到这个世界越来越小，所以我们国家与国家之间呢，特别在经济发展方面来讲，绝对不可以单独自己去发展，要大家去相互支持、相互合作，那才可以做到我们相应的方案。
2018 GLA co-chairman Mr. Chen Wen said in the interview by Donna Yang, chief correspondent from GCTV.
你好，非常高兴啊，能够在美国的首都华盛顿 DC 啊来开GLA 2018年的这个年会。GLA 这个组织呢，我可以简单介绍一下啊 ，Global Legal Alliance 就是全球法律联盟。这个全球法律联盟呢是由11家国际律师事务所联合，在2016年的5月19号在北京成立的这么一个非政府组织的一个国际律师机构。这也是第一次呢由中国律师主导的一个国际律师机构。那么发展3年来呢，每年举行一次年会。第一年呢是在这个香港和前海，第2年呢是在这个塞浦路斯，那么第3年就今年在华盛顿， 召开这个年会。今年年会的这个主题呢，就是跨境投资与国际合作。所以今年呢，来自全世界有几十个国家和地区的律师聚集在华盛顿，还有一些大中小企业的法律工作者也一起来到了华盛顿。我们一起来讨论大家这个比较感兴趣的话题，叫 cross-border investment and international cooperation。
GLA Deputy Secretary General Mr. Bill Lee hosted the conference.
GLA was co-established by such kind of...
Timothy Mills, Executive Chairman, GLA Washington, D.C. AGM Organizing Committee, made a speech on U.S.-China trade relations and also held this panel discussion about tariffs and market access, intellectual property issues, financial services, and capital controls.
My friends, it is now also my honor and privilege to introduce an excellent friend and colleague of mine, but also of China.
Xinglian Pan, Director, Division of 21st Century Maritime Silk Road Coordination, Department of Western Region Development, National Development and Reform Commission, People's Republic of China, made a speech on strengthening the cooperation and exchange of legal professional services, promoting the high-quality development of the One Belt and One Road project.
Potential contribution the legal sector can make in jointly build the Belt and Road.
It's a great privilege for me to join you this morning in Washington, D.C. Let me thank Global Legal Alliance for hosting this annual meeting.
Mr. Zhang Pan, Senior Economics Counselor, Embassy of the People's Republic of China in the United States, made a speech on the bilateral business and trade between China and America, present and future.
And trade relations. I think there are pressing needs to address this issue because more than ever before, China and the U.S. business and the trade relations are so interesting.
Timothy Mills, Executive Chairman, GLA Washington, D.C. AGM Organizing Committee, said in the interview by GCTV.
Yes, this conference is meant to bridge the communication between China, the United States, and the rest of the countries of the GLA members about the important issues in the trade relationships. As you know, the American government has massive impact on the trade relations coming out of the Trump administration's trade policies. And so we're here today to discuss not only those policies, but also to discuss how we as lawyers can help bridge the differences that exist in the world today on trade matters and on investment matters.
Yes. So do you think under the current situation between China and America, how we should do to enforce the international cooperation?
Well, first of all, the meeting that's going to take place in November on the sidelines of the G7 meeting between President Xi and President Trump will be an incredibly important meeting. I think the two presidents have in their hands the way to reestablish cooperation and to solve what has been called a trade war between the two countries.
Mr. John Jeezy, Newsmax, chief political columnist and White House correspondent, made a speech on special political analysis, midterm elections, and implications to the 2020 presidential race.
As you know, we have our midterm elections in the United States coming up. In effect, they are a report card on the administration, and they reflect what people think of at the moment. Put another way, they're a snapshot in a much larger mosaic.
The other panelists are Mr. Stuart Sharon, former head of Group of Regulatory Affairs at PCCW HKT Limited, Mr. Matthew Nicely, partner of Hughes Hubbard & Reed LLP, Mr. Ming Jiang, GLA International Trade Committee. During lunch, Gilbert Rosman, editor-in-chief of the Asian Forum, made a speech on changing Asian alliances and the business impact. On October 22nd, the second half of the Global Legal Alliance 2018 Annual General Meeting was successfully held in New York City, USA. The theme of this annual conference was also cross-border investment and international cooperation. Many Wall Street financial executives attended, Famous lawyers, business officials, and entrepreneurs from all over the world attended this conference. And Mrs. Miao Liu, Deputy Consul General of China in New York, also attended the GLA meeting. Both 2018 GLA Chairman Mr. Moses Chen
the capital market. And recently, with the introduction of the Belt and Road Initiative, Hong Kong is being given another role, being a
and GLA co-chair Mr. Chen Wen gave welcoming remarks.
Including hundreds of lawyers and entrepreneurs from around the world, as well as senior officials from the Chinese government and the Chinese embassy, members of the U.S., lawyers and senior officials from the U.S.
meeting in Washington and reached two resolutions.
GLA Deputy Secretary General Mr. Bill Lee said in an interview by GCTV.
我们现在采访到的呢是 GLA 今年年会的副秘书长李先生，请他给我们介绍一下关于今年年会的相关情况。
Yes. And the GLA is co-founded by 16 enterprises and law firms, which is the one of the association established by the Chinese law firms. And now we have 40 members among the world. This annual meeting is held in Washington, D.C. this year. I think in the future, the cooperation, collaboration is the mainstream of the, in the two countries' relationship. That's why we are holding this annual meeting in Washington, D.C.
Victor Degogia, senior partner from Becker and Poliakoff, made a speech on views from the USA. General managers of Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, and JP Morgan Chase made speeches on New York Stock Exchange market and China's opportunities.
The only way we can develop matters is to continue to cooperate. And that is what I hope today will be the start of that cooperation.
Joseph Tang made a speech on one of the hottest areas in Wall Street, innovation and the Chinese yuan, exit and the latest development of SPEC. Theophanos N. from Skordas Papadro & Co. made a speech on the view from Cyprus.
I come from Cyprus and I represent our firm, which is called Skordas Papadro. We are...
Rehan Chaudhry from Altrinsic Global Advisors made a speech on national competitiveness.
When economic decisions are made, political decisions are made.
Victor Degogia, senior partner from Becker and Poliakoff, made a speech on views from the USA.
Should consider when they're going to pursue a transaction in the U.S.
John Lamb, chairman of Lamb Group, made a speech on successful experience sharing.
So everybody said equation. You know, you said your family is not even successful, and everybody still felt it. I said I have to do it. From there, I started a small factory, and it's very difficult to compete with the big factories.
There are many lawyers and friends of business and financial circles from the United States and around the world attending the GLA's annual conference held in Washington, D.C. and New York. They discussed not only many topics related to cross-border investment in the future, but also topics they're interested in. GLA advisor John Lamb, chairman of Lamb Group, was interviewed by Donna Yang, the chief correspondent from GCTV, and said,
我是林建中，林业集团的主持。我觉得这个中美谈论呢非常之好，因为呢在美国呢很需要呢中国过来投资，尤其呢我们华人中国来投资，对我们那个美国的华人呢都有一个新的希望，有个新的这个那个前景在中国呢。也是非常好， 因为呢，他用那个 SPAC 来做那个投资 ，SPAC 就把现金放在那个华尔街，然后就收购美国公司。这个呢，就对我们那个中国的来美国投资呢，就不需要那个自己来找项目，有专业人才帮他找项目，而且呢，上市呢也很快就已经上了市。上市之后呢，只有他收购好的项目呢，他们那个变成在纽约交易所呢都有成交，那个成交呢就有当然有涨有跌，那你看那收的项目是什么项目？在美国那个项目呢，你收购的时候看那个公司营运如果在收购之后能够利润多少？能够在中国能不能发展，这个很关键。
This conference will lay a great foundation for the future in cross-border investment and international cooperation. Moreover, GLA also helps to establish good partnership with lawyers, friends of financial and business circles in the United States, by taking advantage of this conference so that it can make greater achievement in cross-border and global investment and international cooperation in the future.
Between China through railways,
as well as actively providing legal services on this issue.
China has as well. Let me put an example. If I
and thank you very much for following.
Senior partner from DKLM Solicitors.
UN 16th.
Franco Pan in his book.
First page, please.
that market is very important.
I was one of the founding members of GLA.
I think one of the key points I'd like to raise is insurance.
You have to think about who are the parties and where are the parties situated.